All right, guys, I'm going to explain exactly how I've made $100,000 in the past 2.5 weeks, just under 3 weeks. How I'm going to make a lot more money over the next few months leveraging the crypto markets, and how we're going to take those profits and reallocate those into other investments to eventually gain financial freedom, or at least freedom of time, which is what everybody aspires to get, right? They want freedom of time. They don't want to be locked down to a job anymore. Surely that's my goal. And that is what I'm working very hard towards right now. So that being said, disclaimer first, this is not financial advice. I'm not suggesting that you invest your money in any particular way. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. So now that I've hooked you in, right? I had to use the hook, the exciting part, which is 100 grand in a couple weeks. It's very exciting. There's going to be a lot of people with stories like that over the next few months, and you're going to hear them. People making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars very quickly. And it is going to entice you and compel you to invest in the crypto market too. I saw this a lot the last bull run. So we are technically in a very exciting phase of the crypto cycle, which typically lasts for about 4 years. And that is considered the bull run. That is when prices appreciate very quickly. It does not go up forever, guys. So these prices are not going to sustain. They will collapse on the back end of this bull run in a few months. So it is a very short window of time that we have to capitalize on this market when it's at its best. So you're going to hear these stories and you're going to want to jump into the markets. You're going to want to invest your money. But if you don't know what you're doing, chances are by the time you hear all these stories and decide to pull the trigger and start investing into crypto, you're going to be at the top. And that is where everybody gets in trouble, is they invest at the top, and then smart money who invested down here is going to start pulling their profits, and the prices are going to collapse on the back end, and you're going to watch your investment go down to much less than what it was worth when you invested. And that's actually what happened to me in my first bull run 4 years ago. I saw these incredible stories, people making a lot of money. I invested money and I made a little bit of money pretty quickly, but soon after I watched my investments go all the way down. And so I ended up actually being negative what I invested. But here's the key. You only lose money if you sell. And at that time, I had done enough research in the markets to understand that if I just held on to my investments, they would eventually go back up. I knew enough about the crypto cycle at that point that I knew in 4 years, my investments would recover and I would have another opportunity to make money. And here we are, 4 years later. Now, what did I do to prepare for this exact point in time where my investments are going up really quickly, as is everybody else's? I spent a lot of time researching the crypto market, understanding what blockchain is, understanding how the technology would eventually be utilized in our financial systems, how the governments would use it, how the banks would use it, how people would use it. And although it's been pretty speculative up to this point, I knew that governments would eventually regulate the crypto industry and the cryptocurrencies and the tokens and the coins. I knew that eventually it would make its way into mainstream. And that is what we are seeing now. We're essentially seeing the beginning phases of adoption of this technology. And so when my money collapsed on the back end of the last bull market, I did enough research to understand that I just need to accumulate more while prices were low. And that's what I did. I worked very hard. I sacrificed what most people are not willing to sacrifice. I didn't go out. I didn't do fun shit. I didn't buy things I didn't need. I didn't go get the newest vehicle. I didn't buy clothes and junk, and I didn't go out to dinners and movies and entertainment. I didn't go on vacations. I worked very hard and I saved my money, and every extra dollar that I was able to save, I invested. I studied what cryptocurrencies to invest in that would be safest to invest in and would get me the best returns in exchange for the safety, right? I was looking for that balance of like returns plus not losing my money, because that was the goal, right? We want to make money, we don't want to lose it. But I knew that prices were already low after they collapsed, really couldn't go down any further. So it was a good time to accumulate. I kept buying and buying and buying over the past 3 or 4 years. And now I'm able to start capitalizing on this bull run. And so, guys, the key point that I want to hammer home here is that you should not be investing blindly. I watched people, friends of mine, in the last bull run. When I had invested, I didn't really understand the timing of the cycle of the market, but I at least understood the fundamentals of some of these cryptos. And I was watching friends of mine also invest into crypto when they knew nothing about it. They just saw these stories and they started piling their money into it. But they were jumping into meme coins like Doge and Shiba. And sure, those coins made a lot of money. They're considered meme coins. They have no real utility. There's no technology behind them. It's just a coin that's backed by a community and people throw money into it. It's a lot more of a gamble. But those are the ones that get all the media attention because they skyrocket in price so quickly and so high. They gain so many X's on the return, on the yield. So I was watching people jump into these coins, knowing that they were just meme coins. I knew that they were just meme coins, but everybody else just follows trends. Most people will just follow what everybody else is doing. And then they lost money. And I lost money too. I didn't lose money because I didn't sell, but I watched my money decrease. I watched my investments go down. The difference is I didn't panic because I knew what was happening. These people saw their investments going down, and so they pull their money out because they get scared. So back to the key components here that I want to hammer home. You have to learn how to become non-emotional, or at least you have to condition your emotions. You have to be able to take a little bit of risk. Therefore, don't invest any money that you cannot afford to lose. And you need to understand the 4-year cycle that crypto operates in. Because if you understand the 4-year cycle, you can determine roughly when prices are at their lowest and when prices are at their highest. And it, for the most part, repeats every 4 years. It is not exact, but it is very, very similar. So if you can get a general idea of the time frames in which we are in a bear market, in which we are in a bull market, you can know when roughly you need to buy and when you need to sell or start selling. It's a good idea to kind of sell on the way up. But anyways, that's what I'm doing currently to make a lot of money really fast. That's how I've made 100 grand in the past 2.5 weeks. So now that we are starting to make money, probably around the new year, I'm going to start pulling profits a little bit, not all of it at once. I'm going to begin pulling profits off the table, securing those profits. And then I will begin reallocating those into other investments. So I will be looking for different things. I'll probably be looking for some form of index universal life insurance policy, because with life insurance, you can put your money into it and secure your investment. You can secure your money. It allows you to earn interest and compound your money, which grows over time, just like your 401k or your Roth IRA. The difference is it is indexed to the stock market. It is not correlated. It is not tied to. So it mimics the gains that you're going to see in the stock market, the S&P 500 or what have you. But if the market goes down, your principal is secured. Your principal will not go down with it. And then you also have the ability to borrow against your capital. So whatever money you have in your policy, you can actually take a loan out against that, pay yourself back plus interest. I think it's 5% interest for most policies. And you can leverage that money tax-free to put into more investments and continue to grow your wealth even further. It's exponential growth of your money. So that's one vehicle that I'm going to be looking towards for reallocating these profits. I'm also going to be buying more real estate, maybe pay off my mortgage in full so that I eliminate my current mortgage for my personal home, which is a liability, and then buy investment property, which will gain me cash flow appreciation and tax benefits. And then just business, right? I have my own landscaping business. I'm looking into other ventures. So I will reallocate some funds into growth of business to increase my monthly cash flow. That is what I'm doing, guys. That is my plan. I just wanted to create this video because a lot of you are going to get into crypto because of the stories that you're going to hear. It is extremely exciting, guys, but you have to be stoic. You have to be non-emotional. You have to understand enough about the market. Don't just throw money in because you heard somebody made money. You have to research a little bit and at least gain some base knowledge. So I'm gonna start creating more videos, trying to teach you guys some of the basics of crypto. I'm not an expert by any means, especially on like the technological side. I don't know a whole lot about the technology because every crypto is a little bit different. They all have different purposes. So I don't dive too deep into that. I just understand the price action and the cycles of the market. That is what I focus on. And some people just trade. Some people only trade crypto. So they watch for patterns in the charts. They watch for trend lines. They watch what the price action is doing and they trade based strictly on that. So I'm more of like a news and sentiment guy. And I understand what's happening in the markets based on what the news is promoting. And little hint, life hack here, whatever you're seeing in the news is typically the opposite of what you need to be doing. Anyways, hope this video helped. Again, if you're going to be investing in crypto, just be very careful and I'll see you next time.